Cybertron, for all its times being silly with its humor, understood the meaning to let go of things you held back and unleash them to the world who you truly are, the true self. It understands humanity and the hardships of emotions, such as love, hatred, and be both sides of the same coin. As the two give out such a powerful emotion, yet vastly different raw emotions. For its flaws, the show provides enough reasons why I watch media. We do want a sense of belonging and the reasons to stay around, even though it seems not worth it. However, I do believe it is a story Optimus must learn. Not everyone doesn't have to follow the same path as him. They have their own path, their own reason why they're still living. While Optimus must understand why people won't follow his way of peace and justice, it could be that they're not ready to adapt to that kind of lifestyle. Or it could mean the opposite, where Optimus needs to learn people's boundaries and adapt with them to make them feel happy and comfortable. I did said that arcs go longer than they should, like the whole racing arc with Exilion, to win the Cyber Planet key. The whole arc for him to understand the hard work and putting faith into himself and help out those who lost in others. He needs to win to prove his hard work paying off after all the things he did to himself, like driving to the point he couldn't shift gears. Like in his alt mode, he couldn't shift to higher gears to speed up, or even to the point he couldn't transform at all. He did that to show he didn't came here for nothing. He wanted a race to show off his skills, that he can do it, but in the process, he would do what's necessary to get his message across to people or beings doomed to have to be alone. It's always better when you have friends to support you. That is what he did and gained so much respect in this arc alone. Long, yes, but they gave us time to understand a relationship and the determination of Exilion. He has to win a race and a Cyber Planet key. Also, what's more important, winning a trust of a friend and multiple other friends from another planet. Trust doesn't come for free, and Exilion put in the work in order for others to understand that maybe following Optimus's principles could lead to universal peace across universes. Stuff like that tells us a story, building a bond they share with each other, and if that's broken, there is still hope for the combat for each other. They help each other to give hope. That is the meaning of Cybertron show. Insert myself in here. I can't believe I'm saying this. Cybertron has probably one of the best and underrated human casts I ever seen. They know their place and they seem like to help out the Autobots anytime they can. Leaving them out is really diabolical for me for the review. This is probably my opinion and my opinion only. Prime is probably the best show to get into for Transformers fans and easy for new fans to watch. I just find the human characters, besides Flower, who, can't deny, the greatest of all time. I find all the human characters are just so annoying and following the archetypes as a rule eater, punk, and genius. I noticed that by subsequent watching a Prime, just sours my own experience whenever they appear in. I'm probably going to get flagged for this, and comments from the Prime community that I am wrong and dumb. I know that stuff won't go away. I am just disappointed that today's Transformers media doesn't want to experiment anymore, the way the Unicron trilogy has done. Well, besides Wild King, but it's a slow start that Transformers needed a fresh start and not giving the same formula that always worked. Honestly, I am tired of Starscream being who he is in the media currently. It's fun to watch the same thing. Well, what happened to the strong devoted one from Armada who cares about the cause and is prideful of his skills? Or another character, Armada Jetfire. I am tired of making him a softy rule eater. I miss how he pestered others who doesn't understand the stakes in a fight and wants to find a solution to help Optimus win a fight, but doesn't understand there are multiple ways to win a fight when he starts to listen. What happened to the experimentation that made shows fun to watch? Seeing human characters written into Cybertron Galaxy Force, it's like they knew how to write characters like normal people would express their feelings. That is what makes this show worth the watch. Well, they do follow the same pitfall archetypes for Kobe, Lori, and Bud, as they do go into the same ways Jack, Miko, and Raph don't. The three broke the phenotype that you expect and ease you into what they exactly do. Also, Lori isn't that annoying, like I thought they were going to make it out. Kobe and Lori get married at the end of the show. It's so wholesome watch the runtime of these two getting along and feel for one another. As for Bud, he may be annoying at first, but seeing his character evolve and they use his character to show more emotional moments like Vector Prime accepting death is so heartfelt that I ever felt in a long time. Plus, we get to know what he does later in life. He wins an Academy Award for at the Oscars as a film director. I love how this show gives us so much and rewatches makes this so much better. Something that Prime and Ritz 15 fails to understand the audience. I am for the story, but what rubs me the wrong way about Rid 15 and its canon, not once Bumblebee ever gets to see Raph again, even though Prime and Rid 15 are in the same universe. Did I not mention that even the adults in the Cybertron show are written pretty good? But maybe one day I will talk about them in my Optimus Prime series. No matter how many times you can be bad or evil, there are times someone's waiting for you to change and understand the perspective. They learn to adapt and change along each other. By the end of the show, I am satisfied of both versions of the show. Even though the show's accurate and never changed anything, there's a lot more care and story and hidden details you might have missed on your first run, specifically in the Japanese version of the show, where they explain the lore a lot better and the original jokes are lost in translation. My opinion does not have to change yours. The story's about love and what it's like to build a relationship over time. Sometimes it's letting go of the people you love or hate, like Vector Prime, or Optimus finally letting go his ties to Megatron after years of their quarrel. That is very satisfying, and more focus on my analysis video series of Cybertron Optimus. But I'm going to say this, how he's able to let go of Megatron. Optimus told him one last time he doesn't need him anymore. He knows he will be okay without him because he's surrounded by his friends and he has regained his hope. He doesn't need his other half anymore. He is beyond needing Megatron and he is able to move on and say goodbye to him for one last time. Muted or unmuted in episode 52, whatever you prefer, then seeing Megatron at him calling out his name for one last time pulls at my heart. Megatron's happy he can also let go of Optimus and is able to move on as well. Megatron knows his place since the very beginning as his enemy, like it or not, to know Optimus is okay without him and he's grateful for the times they spend together. Optimus needs Megatron as Megatron needs Optimus. It's a classic harmonic idea that one cannot live for the other and is a cycle until someone breaks it. Optimus knows he can't stay like this. Thus, letting go of the things told him there were other things out there worth fighting for. So, Megatron faded out and died because all he lived for was for Optimus. It gave Megatron purpose. The moment when Optimus broke the cycle himself, he is glad that he could go on a different reason to live and to follow a different path. By the end of the show, Optimus wants to do his best to reconnect everyone by making space bridges, connecting everyone back to Cybertron anytime. He wants his will to reach across the ends of the universe, and the legacy he will left behind. Once his purpose has been served, it is worth it in the end to bring everyone closer together. One day, Optimus will be gone from this timeline, similarly to Vector Prime and Megatron. I like to think this version of Convoy is ready, whatever path I may follow him, even death, He knows a piece of him continues to shape everyone else. Cybertron is that kind of place, gives me hello and goodbye feelings. The English cast specifically. The audience today has grown up to the point they are old as them when they voice the characters. After 3 seasons and knows they never changed their roles besides a few episodes. It's been 20 years since Cybertron. We treat the cast as if they were our family. It's so corny. I know that last line of Gary Chalk said at so many heartfelt messages. It's okay to cry for a show like this. And hearing that from Optimus himself. The Optimus I heard back in so many ads, and I avoid Transformers like a plague. It's really hard to let go of that feeling you're a kid again. Just messing around with the computer games, toys, building connections with people. I, for the longest time, struggled to connect with people, and vice versa, struggled to instead me. Today as an adult, I try my hardest to make people smile or the small talk of how their day is going, because sometimes you don't know how their day has been going. Good or bad, I am feeling the same way as you. Or I'm just tired, but a little goes a long way. We just keep hanging there. I realize my voice and happy-go-lucky flow attitude instantly makes people happy. If my voice could reach someone like Optimus's voice could, I always give it a try, but hey, who knows? You never know where it goes through, right? But at the end, my review or thoughts on it, this is my yapping, and it's not an essay, so I'll apologize for that. You might forget what I said of the whole entire video, or the whole show. The only thing you will remember is Single Lancer being the GOAT. Which, not gonna lie, he's the best reveal and the best stand-up moments of any show in the span of 52 episodes. Single Lancer goes out and finds his own striving path to help people. And that is what Cybertron technically really is about, ladies and gentlemen. So about my thoughts of whatever you are doing, I'll see you in the next video. Nothing else, right? This is the end. So, until next time, goodbye. Bye-bye. Speaking of which, why hasn't Hashtag made a Single Lancer figure transforming or not transforming? He's just a street light, guys. It's not that hard. Where the hell is he?